Hi guys, thanks for checking out another TM Hair Products video. We jumping straight into the video. You might hear kids in the background because my kids are off to Zoom and they're outside getting vitamin D, letting their hair down, burning some energy. So you might hear them in the background. Let me apologize in advance, but y'all know how it is, and it is the way it is. So my daughter took her hair down, and now we are going to detangle it because I'm going to give her a very natural knotless protective style, something she can handle, she can maintain, not a lot of work, no fuss, no nothing. So here we go. I separate her hair the way her hair naturally separates. You see how I'm just pulling it apart? I'm not combing it. I'm not like trying to break it or force it apart. Wherever her hair naturally separates, that's where I separate it. My daughter has tightly coiled, cottony, 4C hair, so her hair is very prone to dryness. Her hair is just like naturally dry, so I have to keep it moisturized. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to detangle her hair with TM Hair Products Smooth Through Detangler that you see on your screen right now. I mixed her hair with water because water makes her hair more pliable. Her hair is very kind of tightly compact together and it makes it stiff. So water makes her hair more pliable. As you can see, I put detangler at the roots because her hair mats and tangles at the roots. And at the very end, she has a lot of those little balls and little single strand knots. So I focus on those areas with her hair. I work the detangler in her hair, through her hair, throughout the entire section. Now, because her hair has a lot of single strand knots, I use a fine tooth comb. I know, I know, I know. Why you use a fine tooth comb? Don't knock it till you try it. This detangler creates enough slip that I don't pull her hair out, but it removes the knots and tangles. Because she has single strand knots, if I use my wide tooth comb, I'm going to miss those knots. So that's why I use a fine tooth comb. Sometimes I'll go over it with the fine tooth comb and then come back and, I'll go over with my wide tooth comb and then come back and use my fine tooth comb. But as you can see, do you see all those little single small knots at the end of her hair? That's what we're trying to detangle. So if I use my wide tooth comb, I will never be able to get all of them. I will get some, but I will never be able to get all of them. So as you can see how I section her hair, I just section it off again using water. Now, let me give you a tip. If you have very thick hair, part your sections smaller. The thicker your hair, the smaller the section. The more tangled your hair, the smaller the section. So again, I'm using TM Hair Products Smooth Through Detangler at the root, and I'm trying to separate some of those tangles at the end. Now, I know somebody gonna say, why are you using that comb on her hair? You can tell by her body language that she is not in any pain. She's comfortable. As a matter of fact, she's looking down at her laptop. She's not in any pain. She's comfortable. She's not tense. She's very relaxed. So her body language should be able to tell you that she's not in any pain. Now, if the hair is not slick, apply a little more detangler or a little more water. But as you can see, I'm able to work the comb throughout her hair. You don't see gobs and gobs of hair coming out in the comb. So that lets you know this detangler has enough slip. Now, she will have shedding because her hair was up in a protective style and we're taking it down to wash it and restyle her hair. So she will have shedding. That's a normal process. That's a normal part of the hair process cycle. So that is expected, but it's not packs and packs of hair that you would think will come out because I'm using a finer tooth comb. Now, once I detangle a section, for me, this is just for me, I have to clean the section up and then I twist her hair because my daughter's hair is 4C and is very tightly coiled. It will coil back on itself, retangling, and then I have to go through this process all over again. No, 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 no. We are not doing that. So what I like to do is I like to clean up a section. When I say clean up a section, because I let her hair separate the way it naturally separates, I part a clean part, as you see me doing here. So I don't snag hair from different sections and breaking hair off. I part a clean part and then I'll twist it up and that's it for that section. As you can see, the comb is just gliding through her hair easily. It's not snagging, pulling, tugging. It's just gliding through easily. So this is what I do for my kids' hair because like I said, their hair will retangle back on itself. And I like to get through this process as fast as possible. So I don't want to have to go back and re-detangle her hair again because I left this section loose. And I hope that makes sense, guys. Now this is just a shot of me doing the top of her hair, a little thicker section of her hair. Now you see I have a wider tooth comb at the top because she doesn't have as many of those small knots at the top. So now I'm just going back over it to make sure I got all the knots out with my finer tooth comb. Now this is what her hair looks like when I have completely detangled it. She has a bunch of little bantu knots all over her head. Now I'm going to shampoo her hair with those twists in her hair. Now her hair has been shampooed. Now we're going to deep condition it. So I take each section of loose, add some detangler, and retwist it up. Her hair is just shy of dripping wet. I like to keep her hair pretty wet because I use less product if her hair is pretty wet. The deep conditioner, because her hair is naturally dry, her hair tangles easy. The deep conditioner, when I use it as a, I'm sorry, the detangler, when I use it as a deep conditioner, it penetrates the hair shaft. So it gives her hair the vitamins and nourishment that it needs. Because I'm going to follow that up with the Perfect Assist Styling Aid, which is going to give her hair the moisture that it needs. Now, we have lightly blow dried her hair. Blow dried it enough just to pull the texture out, not like blow dried it as if I was going to flat iron it, just to pull some of the texture out. I used kinky textured hair to do this style. Now, what I liked about this style, one, it looked very natural, and two, it's something she can handle and maintain. She could style it. She can change the styles when she wants to change the styles. And at the end, you'll see pictures of the different looks we did. So she really enjoyed this hairstyle. Very simple hairstyle. No bells and whistles, no glamour, but very simple and is very moisturizing and protecting of her hair. But she enjoyed this hairstyle because it wasn't so many braids that she couldn't manipulate it. The braids weren't so long that she couldn't manipulate it. It was very, very, very kid friendly. And that's what I like about this style. I'm just parting half moons and I'm showing you where to part so you can hide some of the parts in your hair, if that makes sense. You don't want them in um straight rows or straight columns. You want them staggered. And that's what I'm showing you here. And you guys know, if you're familiar with this channel, you know I am team pre-part. It makes my life so much easier. So I part off so many up. Now, you could part off your whole head if you want to and just use the clips if you want to, if that makes it easier. But because I'm very familiar with parting this way, I part off several of them and then put her hair up in a bun, do those, and then continue on and so forth. But you guys know I'm team pre-part. And as you can see, if I can part this easy, y'all know y'all can do it. Cause y'all know parting is not my thing. That's not my thing. But if I can do this and the parts look neat, then I know you guys can do it. I'm going to add the Perfect Assist Styling Aid. Hands down, best moisturizer in the world. If you have very dry hair, very dry scalp, just if you want a great moisturizer that isn't greasy but that will keep your hair moisturized for days, this Perfect Assist Styling Aid will be your best friend. Now, anything that is considered a moisturizer does contain water, so it will revert your hair back to its natural state. But what I love about this moisturizer is I see a lot of videos where people spray like mousse on their hair to make the hair lay down. I don't have to do that. All I do is tie their hair down and it lays all the wild hairs down, all the little frizzy hairs, it lays all of those hairs down. Now we're going to do the feed-in method. As you can see, these braids are not extremely long, they're not extremely thick, they're not extremely fat. They're very kid friendly. If you like your children's hair to look very natural, like you can't even really tell that um, synthetic hair or fake hair has been added into this style because it blends seamlessly. Like you can see how the synthetic hair closely mimics my daughter's natural hair texture. And if you wear your hair in synthetic hair a lot, then you definitely need a moisturizer because as we all know, synthetic hair is very, very, very drying to our natural hair. I'm going to add a little more styling aid to my fingers as I braid down her hair to protect her hair all the way down to the ends. As you can see, the synthetic hair very closely mimics my daughter's natural hair. Now I braid it down so far and then I twist the ends. I like that method because when it's time to take it down, it's easier to take down. So I braid it down so far and then I twist the ends. But at the end of the style, I curl it and dip it. I use perm rods and dip the hair in hot water to give her a little curl at the end. Again, I use the styling aid around the root of her hair mainly because it fights odor and it helps to lay down the frizz. That's the hair, and I can't think of the name of it right now, but it will be in the description box. And I'm just taking small sections of that hair. You can see very small, natural looking sections. I like knotless braids, you guys, because the one thing I notice about knotless braids is that you can style them immediately. It's not a lot of tension around your edges. Like she could put it in a ponytail immediately. She didn't have the knot. Like when you use the knot method, it's a little tighter to the scalp. But the knotless method, I noticed that when I do this method, they can style their hair immediately. It's no tension, it's no pain, it's no gripping the edges too tight. So I really like this method. And that is that. Here are some photos of the finished look. That's her hair down, and I just curled it at the end. And you see what I mean? It's not too full. It looks very natural. I could have done it a lot fuller, but that wasn't the goal. She could style it any way she wanted to. She had it in one ponytail. She had a few little hanging in the front. She did a mohawk. She had it half up, half down. So this is a cute style. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.